There's something that exists that all of us use every day. It all started with a pack of Wrigley's gum in 1974. This was the first item to be scanned with a barcode. Do you remember grocery stores before that? GS1 is a non-profit organization that changes the lives of millions every day. They created a technology as simple as a barcode, but used it in ways that spread across the world, creating endless possibilities. So before I talk about what we use barcodes for today, I'll explain why they were created. So remembering what grocery stores were like in the 1970s is something that I cannot do, but through my research, according to the history of the Barcode Council, the process was slow, one where the cashier would have to manually look up and enter product codes during checkout. So around 1966, the National Association for Food Chains sought after a solution. This would speed up the checkout process in grocery stores. So Kroger created a type of barcode in the shape of a circle. This is not the one we use today, but their innovation opened the eyes of many to look into the opportunities of scanning inventory systems to help speed the process of checkout, with the goal in the end to save money for the customer and the company. So then in 1970, the U.S. Supermarket Ad Hoc Committee created an organization after research into their problem that eventually became known as the Uniform Code Council. The committee suggested the adoption of a code in 1973, one that could not only speed up the checkout process, but could also be used in other sectors. They sought after IBM to create the code. Inevitably, what they accomplished was creating a universal standard for products. Today, this industry is called GS1. GS1 is now a global business working far past the grocery sector. GS1 today has expanded into many sectors, including transportation, mail, and most recently healthcare. From their website, GS1 says they believe in the power of standards to transform the way we work and live. They have over 1 million members across the world. Members, which are usually companies, purchase a barcode for their product. The price is one comparable to their overall projected earnings, so companies like Kroger don't pay the same price as the local co-op. But GS1 is a non-profit, so the price is generally an insignificant amount for the business. According to their report, their members execute over 5 billion transactions every single day. To explain what GS1 does and has been doing for the past 20 years, I'll explain the life of a water bottle, something we all use. The product is created where the barcode is printed directly on the label, and then it is scanned and loaded for transportation to the store. So once the product gets to the store, they scan it there, and then it is unloaded and placed on the shelf. Then you put it into your cart and you buy it where it's scanned for the final time. Now we have the power to see the entire life cycle of this water bottle. So what if the water bottle had been medicine, a vaccine, or a contaminated product? This means that if a yogurt company finds out their product is making people sick, they can go through and track that specific shipment of yogurt and see what other shipments would have had the same ingredients and halt that shipment before others get sick. They can go through and look at the ingredients that were used at their plant to make that specific batch and figure out if it was a bad shipment of eggs or dairy products that caused this, potentially stopping that egg company from selling to others as well. So one of the biggest and most exciting things GS1 is doing today is emerging into the healthcare field. So think of how busy a hospital is. Now think of how many things that can go wrong in the hospital. We all know that medication uses barcodes today, and hospitals use barcodes to track when they need to order more supplies. But something new they're doing with some hospital systems is using barcodes for specific patients as well as nurses and doctors. So what this can do is, if patient X is given a medicine, that nurse would scan her own ID badge, scan the medicine she's using, and then scan the patient. So the next nurse that comes in can see what that patient has been given so that he doesn't get too much medicine or a double dosage of it. Another way hospitals are using this is if that patient decides to go down and get lunch, but while he's gone, the nurse comes to give him an x-ray, and in the past, that patient might just have missed his opportunity to get an x-ray that day. But now, the patient would get scanned when he goes to the cafeteria, so the nurse could look up and see that the patient's in the cafeteria and go down and get him. According to the McKinsey report, these global standards could reduce healthcare costs by $400 to $100 billion in total. A global company in a global language. One of the biggest things GS1 did for companies across the world is create a universal business language. One where I could sell products in France without speaking French, and they could sell here without speaking English. This has helped get vaccines, water, and other necessities to places where that otherwise wouldn't have them. GS1 is not an old company, and we are now starting to see its expansions and possibilities that it has created. Possibilities that all started with a pack of gum. So next time you see a barcode, whether you're trying to peel it off of something or not, you'll know of the hard work, innovation, and endless possibilities something as simple as a barcode can have in the world.